Hello everyone and welcome back to EverlastCyber. In today's video we'll be going through some practice questions and answers for mobile device accessories and ports. This is one of the domains that you encounter when you're writing the CompTIA A+ certification exam, and it's very important that you familiarize yourself with some of these mobile devices, accessories as well as their ports. So we'll begin. Question 1. Shelly has a peripheral device with a Type-C form factor. What type of connections does she have? A. USB. B. SATA. C. Ethernet. D. PCI. For this, we'll be going with option A. But before I go to the next page, let's just go through the other options. The Type-C form factor refers to the USB Type-C connector, and this is a universal standard for connecting various devices like smartphones, laptops, and peripherals. It supports the USB connections and it can handle data transfer, video output, as well as power delivery depending on the device and the cable specifications. For SATA, this is a standard for connecting storage devices like SSDs and hardware drives. It uses a different type of connector, but it doesn't use the Type-C form factor. For option C, Ethernet is a standard for wired networking and it can use different types of connectors like the RJ11 and the RJ45. However, it does not use a Type-C form factor. PCI is a hardware bus that is used for adding internal components to a desktop computer like graphic cards and network cards. However, the PCI connection does not use a Type-C form factor. So that's where we're going with option A, USB. Question 2. Which of the following connectors is most used to charge modern Android smartphones? A. Lightning. B. USB-C. C. Micro USB. D. Mini USB. For this, we'll be going with option B. The USB-C is the current standard for charging and data transfer in most of the modern Android smartphones we have now. The USB Type-C is reversible because it allows the connector to be plugged in either direction. For option C, the micro USB, it's usually used in older devices while the Lightning type is used by Apple devices. But for the scenario we have here, the USB Type-C is the most commonly used connector to charge the Android smartphones. Question C. What type of accessory would be most useful for extending the battery life of a smartphone while on the go? A. Screen protector. B. Power bank. C. Docking station. D. Bluetooth speaker. For this, we'll be going with option B. The power bank is a portable battery pack that allows users to charge their smartphones and other devices while they are away from an electrical outlet. This allows them to extend the battery life of their devices when they are on the go. Question 4. Alex is a sales employee who moves frequently between his office and home office, and he is tired of setting up his laptop from scratch whenever he gets home. Which accessory can Alex use to easily set up a laptop at his home office? A. Dual display. B. Smartphone. C. Docking station. D. Tablets. For this, we'll be going with option C. The docking station will allow Alex to connect his laptop to multiple peripherals with a single connection, and this makes it easy for him to set up his home office without having to start from scratch whenever he gets home. Question 5. Casey observes that her laptop is equipped with IEEE 802.11. What functionality does this indicate? A. Wi-Fi. B. Internet. C. Bluetooth. D. NFC. For this, we'll be going with option A. IEEE 802.11 is a set of standards for wireless networking and it is commonly known as Wi-Fi. This functionality allows devices like laptops to connect to wireless networks as well as to access the internet or other network resources without the need for physical cables. For the Wi-Fi, there are different frequencies that devices can connect to. We have the 2.4 gigahertz and we have the 5 gigahertz. The 2.4 gigahertz always has collisions because a lot of devices are on this wavelength. So most times it's advisable to connect to the 5 gigahertz frequency. For the other options, internet will be incorrect because the IEEE refers specifically to the wireless networking standard and not to the internet itself. Bluetooth for option C will also not be correct because it is governed by a different set of standards, while NFC operates under different standards, which is the ISO/IEC 18092, and it is usually used for close-range communication between devices. Question 6. Which mobile communications protocol supports an encrypted wireless communication within a 2-inch range for payment purposes? A. NFC. B. Bluetooth. C. 802.11b. D. Local area network. The NFC supports encrypted wireless communication over short distances, typically within a 2-inch range. Bluetooth is a wireless connection protocol that is used for short-range communication. However, it can be used over 30 feet or 10 meters, but not within a 2-inch range. It can be encrypted, but it is used for longer distances. The 802.11b is an older Wi-Fi standard that operates on the 2.4 GHz frequency band for wireless networking. This is designed for longer range communication and not short range, so it wouldn't apply to the question we have here. Local area network is a network of interconnected devices within a localized area like a home office. It usually uses Ethernet or Wi-Fi for communication. However, it is not specific to a 2-inch range or wireless communication. So for this, we'll be going with option A. The NFC is commonly used for contactless payments, secure access, as well as data exchange between devices like smartphones. Question 7. Which type of mobile device port allows for high-definition video output and audio transfer in a single connection? A. Micro USB. B. VGA. C. HDMI. D. 3.5mm jack. The micro USB port is usually used for data transfer and charging. However, it is not used for high-definition video or audio outputs. VGA or video graphics array ports are used for video outputs. However, they do not carry audio signals. The HDMI port is designed to carry high-definition video as well as audio signals through a single connection, while the 3.5mm jack is used for audio inputs and outputs, but it does not support video transfer. So for this, we'll be going with option C, HDMI. The HDMI makes it suitable for connecting devices like smartphones and laptops to external displays like TVs and monitors, as well as for transferring high-quality audio. Question 8. Which connector is proprietary to Apple and can be plugged into your phone in any direction? A. Apple Pay. B. Lightning. C. Micro USB. D. MacBook. Apple Pay is a mobile payment service and not a physical connector, so that is out of it. Lightning connector is a technology that was developed by Apple and it's used for connecting devices like the iPads, iPods, and iPhones to chargers. The micro USB is a standard connector used by many non-Apple devices for charging and data transfer, so it wouldn't apply to the question we have here because the question clearly states Apple. MacBook is a line of laptops that was produced by Apple, but it is not a type of connector. So with reference to the question we have, the best answer would be option B, the Lightning connector. The Lightning connector is reversible, meaning that it can be plugged into a device in any direction. Question 9. Which of the following mobile device accessories uses NFC technology for communication? A. Smartwatch. B. portable charger. C. Contactless payment terminal. D. Wireless earbuds. For this, we'll be going with option C. NFC technology is used in contactless payment terminals to facilitate secure payments by tapping a smartphone or NFC-enabled card close to the terminal. Smartwatches can also use NFC for payments. However, the terminal itself is the device that uses NFC in this scenario. Question 10. Imagine you are in a coffee shop and need to connect your laptop to the internet. What type of connection would you most likely use in this scenario? A. NFC. B. Bluetooth. C. Ethernet cable. D. Hotspot. The NFC is used for very short-range communication like contactless payments, so it would not be suitable to connect to the internet. Bluetooth is used for short-range data transfer between devices like headphones and the mouse, but it is not used for internet access. The Ethernet cable is used for wired internet connections. However, coffee shops would not provide Ethernet ports to customers. They usually offer Wi-Fi instead. So the best option would be option D, the hotspots. In a coffee shop, you would most likely connect to the internet using a Wi-Fi hotspot that is provided by the coffee shop, or by creating a personal hotspot from your mobile device to your laptop. This will allow your laptop to connect wirelessly to the internet. So that's why we're going with option D. Question 11. What peripheral device can be used to replicate ports on a laptop with limited number of available ports? A. SATA. B. SODIMM. C. Port replicator. D. Port cable. SATA or serial ATA is a standard used to connect storage devices like hard drives to a computer, but it is not used for replicating ports. SODIMM is a type of RAM that is used in laptop and small form factor computers, and it is related to memory and not ports. Port replicator is a peripheral device that allows you to extend the number of ports that are available on a laptop, while port cable is really not recognized in computing. It's not a recognized term in computing, and it does not refer to a device that can replicate ports on a laptop. So we'll be going with option C, port replicator. The port replicator replicates multiple ports such as USB, HDMI, Ethernet, and others, and by doing this, it provides additional connectivity options for devices that have limited built-in ports. Question 12. While working on his laptop, Chris observed that the battery in his wireless mouse is dead. He tries to use the touchpad on his laptop but notices no movement on the screen. How can Chris resolve this issue? A. Adjust the screen orientation. B. Ensure the wireless is turned on. C. Enable the touchpad. D. Buy a new laptop. For option A, adjusting the screen orientation would not affect the functionality of the touchpad or the mouse. Option B, ensuring the wireless is turned on is relevant for the wireless mice, but it would not resolve the issue with the touchpad. C, enabling the touchpad would likely be the best answer here. So if Chris is unable to use the touchpad, it might mean that it is disabled. So he will need to check if the touchpad is turned on, and this is usually done through the laptop setting. For option D, buying a new laptop is totally unnecessary for a problem that can likely be fixed by just enabling the touchpad. So we'll be going with option C, enable the touchpad. Question 13. What is the purpose of an OTG adapter for mobile devices? A. To charge the device faster. B. To connect external peripherals like keyboards and USB drives. C. To enhance wireless connectivity. D. To project the screen wirelessly. For this, we'll be going with option B. The OTG or on-the-go adapter allows a mobile device to act as a host, by enabling the connection of peripherals like USB drives, keyboards, and mouse. And this adds functionality to the device by expanding its connectivity options. So that's why we're going with option B. Question 14. What are the three primary components of a GPS that should be examined during troubleshooting? A. The satellite constellation, ground control network and receiver. B. The cellular tower, ground control network and receiver. C. The satellite constellation, cellular tower and ground control network. D. The satellite constellation, cellular tower and receiver. For option A, the satellite constellation refers to the network of satellites that orbits the Earth that transmits the GPS signals. The ground control network includes the facilities and systems that monitor and manage the satellites to ensure their proper functioning and accurate positioning. The receiver is the device that picks up the GPS signals from the satellites and calculates the position based on those signals. For option B, cellular towers are not part of the GPS system and they are used just for mobile phone networks. For option C, cellular towers are not involved in the GPS system. The GPS relies on satellites and ground control networks. For option D, this option, because it has the cellular tower, which is not part of the GPS system, this will make it the wrong answer. So the best answer here is option A, the satellite constellation, ground control network, and receiver. Question 15. Which two incompatible cellular standards were formerly used by 3G? A. Code division multiple access and solid state drive. B. Preferred roaming list and code division multiple access. C. Global system for mobile communication and preferred roaming lists. D. Global system for mobile communication and code division multiple access. For this, we'll be going with option D. The global system for mobile communication and code division multiple access are not compatible with each other. It means that devices that are designed for one standard cannot operate on networks that are using the other standard. So these two are totally incompatible with each other, and these were formerly used by 3G. Question 16. Clark is responsible for maintaining the security of company mobile devices. What measure can he implement to enhance the security of these devices? A. Cable lock. B. Two-factor authentication. C. Global positioning system. D. Code division multiple access. For option A, cable lock can be used to secure a laptop, however, it does not directly relate to mobile devices. Two-factor authentication in option B is a security measure that requires the users to provide two different forms of identification before they can gain access to the device. Global positioning system is used for location tracking and not really for enhancing security, while code division multiple access is a wireless communication standard and not a security measure. So for this question, we'll be going with option B. Two-factor authentication involves something they know, like a password, and something they have, like a code or OTP sent to their mobile device. It enhances security by adding that additional layer of protection against unauthorized access. So this is what Clark can use to maintain the security of the company mobile devices. Question 17. Which cloud service can be used to synchronize a user's Apple devices? A. Google Workspace. B. Microsoft 365. C. iCloud. D. IEEE 802.11. Google Workspace is a suite of cloud-based productivity tools that's provided by Google, but it is not specifically designed for synchronizing Apple devices. The Microsoft 365 is a suite that includes productivity tools from Microsoft such as Excel and Microsoft Word, And while it offers cloud storage and synchronization features, it is not tailored specifically for Apple devices. iCloud is Apple's cloud service that is designed to synchronize data across Apple devices, while the IEEE 802.11 is a set of standards for wireless networking. However, it does not relate to cloud services or synchronization of devices. So for this, we'll be going with option C. The iCloud allows users to back up their data, synchronize their photos, documents, email, calendars, and other information between their Apple devices like the iPhones, iPads, and iMacs. Question 18. Namrata needs to connect her headphones to her laptop using Bluetooth. Which step is not part of the connection process? A. Test connectivity. B. Enter the appropriate PIN code. C. Enable pairing. D. Plug Bluetooth device into the laptop. Now we already know that Bluetooth is a wireless connection, so definitely we'll test the connectivity. We can also enter the appropriate PIN code if it has the two-factor authentication. And we also have to enable pairing. The only step that is not part of the connection process for a Bluetooth device is plugging the Bluetooth device into the laptop. So that's option D. Bluetooth devices connect wirelessly, so there's no need to physically plug the headphones into the laptop. This step will only be relevant for wired connections rather than Bluetooth. Question 19. Which concept refers to the capability of a mobile device to share its internet connection with other devices? A. Bonding. B. Pairing. C. Clustering. D. Tethering. Bonding refers to combining multiple network connections to increase bandwidth, so it is not related to sharing a mobile device internet connection. Pairing is a process of connecting two Bluetooth devices, but it is not related to sharing an internet connection. Clustering generally refers to connecting multiple computers or servers to work together as a single system. However, it's not about sharing an internet connection with a mobile device. Tethering, on the other hand, is a process by which a mobile device shares its internet connection with other devices, thereby allowing them to access the internet. So for this question, we'll be going with option D. Tethering can be done using Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, or even USB. Question 20. Alex wants to synchronize information across his devices. Which item is least likely to be synchronized by common utilities? A. Contacts. B. Pictures. C. BIOS settings. D. Documents. Synchronizing contacts across devices is a common feature in cloud services and synchronization utilities such as Google Contacts and iCloud. Pictures can also be synchronized across devices using cloud services like iCloud Photos and Google Photos, and it allows access from multiple devices. BIOS settings, on the other hand, are firmware settings that are specific to a computer's hardware and they are not synchronized across devices. Document synchronization is also widely supported by cloud services and file synchronization tools like the Dropbox, OneDrive, and Google Drive. So with respect to the question here, the item that is least likely to be synchronized by common utilities is option C, the BIOS settings. These settings are generally managed on a per-device basis and they are not synchronized using common utilities. Question 21. Which security feature is commonly used in the Bluetooth pairing process? A. MFA. B. Biometrics. C. PIN code. D. Clear text credential. While MFA is a strong security feature, it is not typically used in the Bluetooth pairing process. Remember, MFA involves multiple forms of authentication, and this is not the standard part of Bluetooth pairing. Biometrics are used for authentication on devices, but they are not part of the Bluetooth pairing process. During Bluetooth pairing process, a PIN code is often used to establish a secure connection between the devices, while option D, clear text credentials, are unencrypted data, and this is not a secure method for pairing devices. Bluetooth generally uses encrypted methods, including PIN codes, rather than clear text credentials. So for this, we'll be going with option C. The PIN code helps to ensure that the devices are pairing with the correct and intended partner, thereby enhancing the security of the connection. Question 22. When establishing a connection between Bluetooth devices, such as a phone and a headset, what is the process called? A. Tethering. B. Pairing. C. Linking. D. Three-way handshake. Tethering refers to sharing a mobile device's internet connection with other devices. However, this is not a process of connecting Bluetooth devices. Pairing is the process of establishing a connection between Bluetooth devices such as the phone and a headset. Linking is a general term for connecting devices, however, it is not specific to the Bluetooth technology. The three-way handshake is a method that is used in TCP IP networking to establish a connection between a client and a server, but not for Bluetooth device connections. So for this, we'll be going with option B. Pairing involves discovering the devices, confirming their identities, and then establishing a secure connection between the both of them. Question 23. What option can a mobile device use to create a wireless cellular data network? For this, we'll be selecting three options. A. Bluetooth. B. Tethering. C. Link aggregation. D. Channel bonding. E. Hotspots. For Bluetooth tethering, this allows a mobile device to share its internet connection with other devices. Tethering allows a mobile device to share its cellular data connection with other devices. Link aggregation is a technique that combines multiple network connections to increase bandwidth or redundancy. Channel bonding combines multiple channels to increase the network throughput, usually in Wi-Fi networks. However, it is not used to create a cellular data network from a mobile device. While hotspot is a feature that enables a mobile device to create a wireless network by sharing its cellular data connection with other devices via Wi-Fi. So with respect to the question, the three options that a mobile device can use to create a wireless or cellular data network will be options A, B, and E. That is Bluetooth, tethering, and hotspots. Question 24. Which type of connection can be used to synchronize a mobile device to a desktop? A. USB cable only. B. USB cable, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi cellular. C. Bluetooth only. D. Wi-Fi only. For this question, we'll be going with option B. USB cable, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi cellular are all methods that can be used to synchronize a mobile device with a desktop computer. Each of these options allows for data transfer between the two devices, thereby enabling synchronization of files, contacts, calendars, and even more. Question 25. Mobile hotspot refers to a type of WLAN that provides network access through a mobile device acting as a portable WAP. True or false? For this, we'll be going with option A. This is true. Mobile hotspots enables other devices like laptops and tablets to connect to the internet through the mobile device's cellular data connection, effectively creating a wireless local area network. So this is true. This brings us to the end of the video for the mobile device accessories and ports. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also hit the subscribe button so that you will not miss out on any of our informative content. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.